This is an exhibition gallery of the late Prime Minister, the first and only Prime Minister of Nigeria. This is his brief biography. Prime Minister was born in 1912. His father is Malam Zara. His mother is Aisha Independent. He attended Tafawa Balewa Elementary School from 1921 to 1925. Bauchi Provincial Primary School from 1925 to 1928. Katsina College from 1928 to 1933. Immediately after he finished Katsina College, he was appointed as a teacher at his former school, later headmaster, education assistant, later then president of the Teacher Association. In 1945, he got a scholarship at London University of Education to obtain a professional certificate in education. His qualification is not up to a diploma or NCE. Immediately after he came back from London, he was appointed as a councillor in Bauchi Authority in 1946. Later, a member of the Northern Development Fund Committee. Later, a member of the Northern House of Assembly in Kaduna, like a state assembly member. At the same year, promoted to member of the Executive Council of Nigeria in Lagos, like a National Assembly member. He was 2 times delegate in 1948 at African Conference in London and also at Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. He was also Nigerian delegate during Festival of Britain in 1951. He was deputy leader in Northern People's Congress in 1951, while Sir Ahmadu Bello Sitiyam. He was 2-time minister, Central Minister of Works and Transport from 1951 to 1954, and Federal Minister of Transport from 1954 to 1957. He was member of the Bulgarian Political Council. By then, Governor General, it was a British. He was also Prime Minister from 12 September 1957 to 1959. Also, reappointed Prime Minister following the general elections from 1959 to 1966. He was assassinated on the 15th January 1966 coup. So the main legacy that he left behind is a leadership, integrity, and sacrifice. So we are now going to see them in detail one by one. This is the artist's impression of his father, Malam Zara. This is the artist's impression of his mother, Aisha Independent. This is brief about his early life, education, and teaching career. This black stone is along the Tafawa Balewa road. Fulani called it Tsohuwar Balewa, but Hausa sent the word to Tafawa Balewa. That is the origin of the name Tafawa Balewa. The meaning of Tsohuwar Balewa in Fulani language simply means black stone in English. So this is the guardian of Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Ajiya Bauchi. His Ajiya Bauchi later became district head of Tafawa Balewa. So he took young Abubakar from near Bauchi and moved to Tafawa Balewa. And in Tafawa Balewa, he took the young Abubakar to colonial masters to enroll him in primary school in 1921. These are his indigenous teaching staff in Bauchi Colonial Primary School. This is his headmaster, Mal Ahmad Faisal. This is his Arabic and Quranic teacher, Baba Siri, the chief imam of Ajiya Mosque. This is also Abubakar Tafawa Balewa at the Colonial Training College with their colonial master during practical geography class. By then, from here to Katsina, there is no road. They are trekking with their luggage on their head. They spend 12 to 14 days before they reach Katsina because it's a 400-kilometer journey. This is also Abubakar from here to Bauchi. This is also from here to Katsina.
14 days.
This is also Abubakar in Katsina Training College. Abubakar is a student number 145 in Katsina Training College in 1928. After he finished Katsina Training College, he was appointed as a teacher at his former school. Here is Abubakar teaching geography, history, and English at different classes. He was later headmaster and later an education officer. So we are now moving to his colonial politician. This is Abubakar Tafawa Balewa when he was selected as a member to represent both province, Northern House of Assembly in Kaduna. By then, in 1947, there is no state, there is no local government. We only have regions and province. So Bauchi is among the 2 regions. At the same year, Abubakar promoted to Central Legislative House Assembly in Lagos, also to represent Bauchi. When he was in Lagos, he wrote a 13 pages later to Senate President on 9 July 1950. This is his handwriting and his good English. The letter said, Mr. President, sir, first I must carry the House and make my apologies to you, sir, for constantly referring to introduction. My line is direct and the words I have written are frank, and I consider the motion of such monumental importance that I can take notice of missing one point or within one statement by approach diversions. When he wrote this letter, it was known as the Golden Gospel of the North. Please listen. These are the first council of ministers. Some of them are British. Abubakar was among them. He was 2-time minister, Central Minister of Works and Transport, and Federal Minister of Transport from 1951 to 1954 and from 1954 to 1957 respectively. These are northern delegates in Kano Airport on their way to attend Constitutional Conference in London. Aside, there are also some from Western region, from Ibadan. There are also some from Enugu, that is from Eastern region, who want to converge in London and make decisions who will be the Prime Minister. It was during their decisions that they agreed that the party that has majority in their parliament, their leader will be appointed as the Prime Minister. So by then the leader of the party, it was Ahmadu Bello, but he was stepped down for Abubakar to be a Prime Minister to be a chairman of the party and subsequently to be a prime minister. Because Ahmadu Bello says Sir Abubakar deserved to be a prime minister and he deserved to stay in the north to serve the northern people. So they are going to London, they are also attached to the cultural heritage. They wear their traditional attires. This is Mala Aminu Kano with cattle and beans. This is Ahmadu Bello. This is Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. This is Aliyu Makamandida. This is Nugu Bambali. This is the father of the present emir of Zazzau. This is Muhammad Rubad of Bilola. So these are also northern delegates. They are in London, they are also attached to their cultural heritage. This is Ibrahim Imam, Mahmoud Waziri, Amir Kari, Abba Julin Kanaza, Nabukar Daptarima, and Yusuf Gabir. This is Abubakar as a transport minister when he visited Air Company in London. This is also Abubakar as a transport minister when he visited Mississippi in 1955. This is his official portrait when he became Prime Minister on 12 September 1957. This is Abubakar who was three regional premiers during Constitutional Conference in London in 1958. This is the premier of the Western region. Awolo, this is the premier of the Northern region, Ahmadu Bello. This is the premier of the Eastern region, Ajiya. This is the last Governor General, Sajid Rebelson, who handed over power to Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, British, to Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. So I have to continue from this side. These are what we call independence cabinet, are members of the MPC and the NCNC coalition members, because there is a political marriage or merger between the MPC and the NCNC. Before Northerners tried to make merger with the action groups of the Yorubas, but they refused. That is why they did it with the NCNC. That is why at the end the leader of the NCNC became the ceremonial president. So these are Mada Inoda. He's also from Kano. This is Muhammad Ruba. This is Special Secretary of Finance Minister during Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. This is Ahmadu Bello. Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Prime Minister. This is Sadiam Raboson. The last government and one of Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. This is Muhammad Ruba Abiola. This is the Tar Mwadi. This is Bukar Dr. This is Musa Radua, the father of the late President Umar Musa, who died in 2009. This is Shehu Aliu Shagari, the former president. This is T.M. Johnson. This is Ola Akim Busidi. This is Metama Sidi Damasan Nkanu. This is T.O.S. Benson. This is M.T. Umbu. This is Mr. Olaruwaju. This is E. Umwajuku. This is Waziri Ibrahim. This is Ibrahim Serki. This is Abubakar was entered as an unofficial occasion. This is first speech on 1st October 1961. This is also Prime Minister inspecting the Guard of Honor parade after celebrating independence anniversary in Lagos in 1963. This is Abubakar was three regional premiers. After elections, there is some replacement in some parliament. This is Samuel Akintola. Please listen. Please listen. This is Samuel Akintola who replaced Awolu. This is Michael Ofara who replaced the Aziya. By then there is a creation of the Midwesternism from the Westernism. This is their premier, Dennis Tuko Salim. This is also the president, this one by the president, the Aziya, in 1965. This is the Prime Minister addressing the United Nations General Assembly when Nigeria joined United Nations as a 99 member. So when he was in Lagos, he was named as the Golden Voice of the North. But when the Prime Minister went to the United Nations and make a very wonderful speech, he was named as the Golden Voice of Africa. These are some of his speeches like this one. Political independence is totally inadequate if it is not accompanied by stability and economic security, and if there is no personal liberty with freedom to express one's views and to profess or ever feel one desires. In another part, he says, we in Nigeria are a populous country. There are nearly 40 million of us, and our territory is relatively large, and he continued like that. So these are also some of his speeches during second anniversary in 1961. This is Abubakar as a first black person to chair the occasion of the Commonwealth counties. Commonwealth counties are counties colonized by British, and most of them are white, like India, America, Afghanistan, and South Africa. So these are also Commonwealth prime ministers with Abubakar at Queen Elizabeth Palace, in Buckingham Palace in 1962. This is also a cousin to Queen Elizabeth when she paid visit to Nigerian Prime Minister. This is a commendation letter after he came back from Commonwealth Prime Minister's Conference. This is Abubakar together with British Prime Minister Sir Douglas Holmes. This was Canadian Prime Minister. This is Abubakar when he visited Russian President Mr. Nikita Khrushchev. This is Abubakar together with Indian President. This was also Indian President. This is together with Marshal Afghan of Pakistan and Mr. Sabah of Australia. This together with Australian President. The other one is together with Madagascar President. Please, we have to continue with this. These are some of the speeches at different occasions. This is Abubakar when he visited English electric company while he worked out plans for the ideal skills in Jabash, Kaindi, and Shiroro. This is Abubakar marking the arrival of the first train in Bauchi. He's the one that extended the train line from Kuru Plateau State to Bauchi, Gombe, and Maiduguri. This is Abubakar commissioned train at the railway station Lagos. This is Abubakar commissioned tractors in Lagos in 1964. This is Abubakar when he paid visit to his main opponent, that is the leader of the action group, Awolo. This is the wife of Awolo, and she is the grandmother of former vice president wife, Oshibanjo. She is the grandmother of the Lafo. This was also Abubakar when he visited his friend, Moses Majoko, the Minister of Health. This is Abubakar, together with Emir of Kano, Muhammad Sunusi, the grandfather of Sunusi Sunusi, and Sultan Abubakar. This is Abubakar at Oba of Lagos Palace, opening press during second anniversary. This is Abubakar receiving Christian delegate at his office, State House, Lagos. This is Abubakar attending a wedding of his staff. His staff invited him to his wedding, and he attended because of his simplicity. This is Abubakar when he visited a patient in hospital, Lagos. The father of this boy is an Igbo and also a Christian. But when the father gave birth to this child, he named the child after the Prime Minister. So this is an namesake to Prime Minister. The name of the child is Abubakar Umar Boise. Yes. This is Abubakar at his farm during long vacation, driving tractor with cattle and with other animals. So we are going into this section. This is Abubakar at his farm with his press secretary Aoyimpa and his private secretary Gankomoto Abodinkari. This book that is used to where to go farm is the one that will put it here for historical purpose. This is his radio. That is the sword given to him by Sardauna on the Independence Day. That is the first sample of crude oil discovered in Olebiri River State, but now is Bayelsa, the United Prime Minister in 1958. This is Prembit. That is 3 wristwatches. That is the souvenir to Prime Minister by Queen Elizabeth in 1957 when they visited her. So it's a black and white television Sony. This is a book that he entered writing competition and he won an award. It's a Hausa novel, Sheikh Umar 1933. This is frame beats, it's frame mat, I mean. These are 3 caps and a turban. This is his medal. This is personal belt. These are some of his awards. Abubakar is Prime Minister during long vacation. No, it's not his living room. This is Sir Abubakar during long vacation with his kids, showing them simple lifestyle. They are eating sugarcane. This is also Sir Abubakar. This is also kids of the Prime Minister with Amasan Kano Bitamasili. This is building chair. Prime Minister left 4 wives and 19 children, but we have a picture of 3. The middle one, she died last. She died in October 2019. Out of the 19 children, 16 are alive, 3 are dead. This is his eldest daughter, she's late. These are some of his daughters, Rabi, Hamza, and Ajiya. This is a house that he collected a loan of 3,000 from Barclays Bank, now Union Bank, to build it here in Bauchi at Opera. But after the demise of the Prime Minister, he didn't pay back the loan. It was after the demise of the Prime Minister, they sold the house given to him by Sardauna in Kaduna to liquidate the loan. So Prime Minister died and left nothing behind. That is a postmortem award by University of Lagos. This is also a postmortem award by ATB. That is a school here that was established in 1986, 20 years after the demise of the Prime Minister. So they named the school after him, ATB, and they gave him this as a postmortem award. So we have to come to this. This is one of his closest friends, Madaki Mbochi, district of Kafu Madaki. He visited Prime Minister in Lagos when the kidnappers came and adopted the Prime Minister on the 15th January 1966. They are in search of the Prime Minister, all his corpse, but they didn't see it until 6 days later, that is on 21. He's among the one that discovered the corpse on Ota, Lagos State, but now his own, and he is the one that insisted that the corpse of the Prime Minister must bring here to go to burial. This is his private secretary, Kumoto Amadinkari. This is his schoolmate, Male Aguso, Muhammad Rubano of Yola, Isakato Zirin Katsana, regional minister during Samar Bello's regimes. The Minister of Education. These are some of the students. Late Ajiya Tafawa Balewa, former Deputy Governor of Bauchi State, and the former Emir of Bauchi, the father of the President, and the former Secretary of the Government of the Federation, Amir Salom Katabu. These are tribute by highly profiled individuals. By his eldest son, Yakubu Baba. He said his father called his attention just 1 month to his demise, informing that they should not blame anyone or guru, but they are the one that swindles his words after his demise. So he took this courage and informed public and his relatives so that they will not blame anyone. So that is why when they didn't see anything, they didn't blame anyone. So this is his eldest son, and he used to come here every Friday to pray for his father. This is tribute by his mother. It outlined his mother by 1 year. This is a tribute by United Nations Secretary General, to Mr. Yautai. This is a tribute by Adetukumba Adeomola, Pioneer Minister of Justice. This was a tribute by Adetukumba Adeomola, Military Prime Minister. This is by Shetim Alamongono, Hassan Bano Malawi, Tom President of Liberia, Mutu Ogoto, Uganda, Sajid, Bosa Mamandora. These are some publications by some newspapers after the death of the Prime Minister. So we are to go to the last section of the list. These are some of his contemporaries. This is Mala Aminu Kano, this is Abubakar Imam. Mala Aminu Kano and Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa and Sir Ado Zungur, they were teachers here. It was during their teaching here in Bauchi. They formed a forum called Bauchi This Kind Cycle. Later, they call it Jambir Mutana Aliwa, and subsequently metamorphosed into Northern People's Congress. That is why some they are saying Bauchi is the center of political activities in the northern Nigeria, because the first political party in the northern Nigeria was established here in Bauchi. This man is Sa'ad Dungur. He is the first pharmacist in the northern Nigeria, but later he abandoned the pharmacist. He joined politics and journalism. He wrote so many poems in Hausa and English. So he died 2 years before the independence. He died in January 1958. These are some premiers: Awolo, Michael Farah, Dinas Tuko Sadebi. This is Abubakar Tafawa Balewa and Sir Ahmadu Bello at Emir of Wasis Palace, Abdullahi Mekano, the father of the former governor of Kano, Abdullahi Wase, who died during plane crash during Abacha's regime. These are some leaders and emirs after meeting and dinner. They snapped this picture. This is Awolo, premier of the Hausa region. This is Muhammad Sunusi, Emir of Kano, the grandfather of President of Sunusi, Lamid Sunusi. This is Sajid Bosom, the last governor general over to Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. This is Ahmadu Bello, premier of the northern Nigeria. This is Prime Minister Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. This is Awolo, premier of the Western region. This is Abubakar Sultan of Sokoto. This is John Ungu Poncha, premier of southern Cameroon, because some part of Cameroon is part of Nigeria. This is Haruna Rashid of Gundu. These are members of his party, MPC Salama. This is Abubakar, with his friend, congratulating him after winning second time in office in 1959. Michael Adekule, some former governor of Ondo. These are emirs of Bauchi, whom interacted with the Prime Minister. The 7th emir of Bauchi, Akume, the 8th emir of Bauchi, Akubu the and the 9th emir of Bauchi, Ademudema. Prime Minister was born during this emir. He struggled during this emir and he was assassinated during this emir. This is Abubakar when he was a councillor in Bauchi when he came back from London in 1946. I hope you enjoy the visit.
Thank you.